Hey, it's Friday night and I'm gonna grill some fish, Thai style. I've been working my way through this book, Flavors of the Southeast Asian Grill. It's basically like a Thai grilling book, and it's freaking awesome. And I'm gonna give this recipe a shot. I went earlier today to the Super Khao Nguyen Vietnamese supermarket in OKC, and I got myself a red snapper. It's already gutted and scaled and ready to go in that way. This recipe comes with this tamarind dipping sauce, which we're gonna make first before we do anything else. So I'm gonna grab a saucepan, and it's not gonna like cook or anything. It just has to be warmed up to dissolve. And the ingredients in this dipping sauce are Thai tamarind concentrate and lime juice and some light brown sugar, which is back here somewhere, and fish sauce, and some chili flakes. I'm gonna use gochugaru, the Korean chili flakes, because that's what I have. Get a spoon. So it's half a cup of the tamarind concentrate. There's water in this pan. I'm gonna get rid of the water. Half a cup. I'm just eyeballing it. Ooh. And 2 tablespoons of lime juice, which is basically a lime, give or take. I mean, I am gonna taste this and see if I think it's tasty. I have only grilled fish like a couple of times in my life. It's definitely like a scary thing, because fish really wants to stick to your grill. But the last time I grilled fish, I had luck with the method of just spraying the holy hell out of the grill grates with Pam cooking spray. That really seemed to do the job. This is supposed to be like 1/4 cup of fish sauce, and then like a tablespoon of light brown sugar. Turn the heat on. It was like a tablespoon, right? Look at my book. Yeah. Yeah, so last time when I used the cooking spray on the grates, it came off super easy. So I'm just gonna see what happens. I love grilled fish, and I live in Oklahoma, which is obviously not near the ocean, but the supermarket that I went to in Oklahoma City has an amazing fish counter where they just have like whole fish of all different kinds, and you can look them in the eye and see if the eyes are cloudy and smell them if you want to. It's like self-serve, which is kind of crazy. So like a tablespoon of chili flake as well. I don't want to make it too hot because my 6-year-old is gonna probably go for it, as long as I don't make it too spicy. He's in the TV room right now playing Stardew Valley. So I'm heating this up just long enough to get the sugar to dissolve. Which seems to have already happened. I'm gonna taste that. Definitely has the acidity and the salt. I think it could use a little bit more sugar, personally. I'm also gonna make a little slaw to go with the fish and some rice. And the slaw will have a little bit of sugar in it too, so I don't want to make it too sweet. But maybe just a little bit more of the chili flake. Or no, I'll hold back. All right. Puckery. It's back in the fridge. Actually, leave this out and should get out the stuff for the slaw real quick. Just trying to push its way in. So for the slaw, I definitely want to have some fish sauce and a little bit of granulated white sugar. If you're not afraid of white sugar, as people increasingly are for some reason. Some Napa cabbage. I'm gonna use some of the red peppers and bird's eye chilies, and got some Thai basil and mint in here for the fish, and maybe I'll use a little bit in the slaw. Also, a couple of carrots. Aha. So many herbs. Probably gonna throw everything in here without dressing it, and then dress it like as late as possible so that it doesn't get all soggy. Oh, and I want some peanuts too, actually. Does this need to be angled down a little bit more? Trying to make sure there's always a good view. How's that? You're gonna see my hideous cooking shoes, which I have owned for more than a decade, I think. Washing cabbage is another one of those sort of sanitation theater things that I don't really understand. You can only ever really wash the outside. guess I'll split it first. This is probably only going to be eaten by Sarah and I, and Theo might take a few bites of it, so I'm not going to make tons of slaw. Doesn't keep very well. I just wanted something living, some plants alongside the fish and rice. Someone on that last video, when I was saying, you know, that I don't compost, but would like to figure it out, was hooking me up with info on worm bins, which I guess are these like composting bins full of worms, and you just throw your, you know, raw food waste in, and the worms eat it and poop out some awesome soil. That sounded like a pretty killer idea to me. Gonna have to get one of those. I don't know if I'm really gonna be able to wrap this back up in the cling wrap it came in and give it the old college try. I originally bought the Napa cabbage to make kimchi with, so I'm going to save the rest of this and use it in kimchi. Where is my peeler? The dishes in the dishwasher are clean, just FYI. This box grater kind of sucks. don't want it to be too much carrot. I might put that to the side and let the baby snack on it. I think part of the reason I want a salad is I'm feeling a little overindulged by the giant banh mi that I bought when I went to the grocery store. I stopped in at a bakery and got a big one. I had not done that in a long time. So here's some mint and some Thai basil. I'm gonna save the Thai basil mostly for the fish, because the fish are gonna be stuffed. Maybe the basil and mint. I'll do cilantro in the salad. To save some of that back, because I'm making falafel later in the weekend. Be pretty sloppy about it. I don't mind some stems. And we gotta hurry up and light the grill or we're gonna run out of sunlight. In fact, so the fish is gonna grill on my Weber grill. And I'm gonna do like a 2-zone, hot cold side. So all the coal's gonna be on one side, and I'm gonna basically, brown and crisp each side of the fish, and then move it over to the indirect side to finish cooking through. And so maybe while it's on the indirect side and I don't have to babysit it, I'll come back inside and finish the salad. Because that seems like the thing to do. It's gonna be a herbaceous meal, I guess. That's good. All right, let's get the grill lit. I'm going to use the natural lump charcoal and one of these fast light things. I used to use newspaper because we get the newspaper every day, but sometimes that bites you in the ass and it doesn't light, whereas nasty fire starter thing works 100% of the time. Okay. What's here? I almost need to get a new chimney starter. You see, this is like flaking off. And we're not trying to build the, you know, hottest fire known to man. I want a hot fire that'll last for a while, but not like a, you know, sear your ribeye type fire. So that's probably plenty of fuel. Although I'm always afraid of not having enough to cook the food. So these things really are nasty, but man, they are reliable. After I light it, I definitely get the hell away though. It stinks. Probably pure cancer. Alright. Sorry, my porch is kind of a mess. What is $10 zillion? I can't look, honey. Okay. Look at this. Alright, sorry, my hands are just gonna be kind of dirty for the rest of the video. Alright, let's see. Pepper in the salad. That's probably good. These are kind of old and from the supermarket, you know, 2 weeks ago or something, but I'm gonna pick out a couple that look decent. I can see it out there smoking. I got this knife. We got this knife as a wedding gift like 15 years ago, and I still love it. And I sharpen it with a stone. But one time I was trying to make a like this French deboned chicken thing, and was deboning a chicken with it and bent the tip of it. It's always kind of irritating, but I love the knife enough that I'm not really willing to get rid of it. Indecisive today about the proportions of things. This one's got like a little nasty spot. What am I doing? Let's just throw it all in there. Okay, we can put these things back. Somewhere in there. Out of space. You finally caught a fish?
I caught a carp on my own.
You finally caught a fish in Stardew Valley and it was in the sewer? Cool. That's pretty funny. All right, let's gather some of these and wash them. Yo, this is not Thai basil. This is like another kind of mint. That's funny. Well, I'm not gonna double mint it. Double mint. I was in a hurry when I was picking stuff up. All right, well, I'll get the cilantro back out and we'll do cilantro and mint. We need enough to stuff the fish and also to have a little bit of a garnish afterwards. That's good. It's Stardew Valley at my house 24 hours a day. The music is always in my head. Theo's gonna be a farmer for Halloween, I think inspired by that. If you aren't aware of this game, it's a farming game. Sort of just it's not just a farming game, it's also kind of like a dating and marriage game, and a fishing game, and an exploration game. It's pretty cool. But I hear about it a lot. I feel like it's always good practice to pick herbs at the beginning of cooking, because there's absolutely nothing worse on earth to me than at the last minute when you're making dinner and you know, everyone's hungry and they're like, where's the dinner? I'm dying. And you're there like picking parsley off a stem or something. Just, you feel like the biggest dope on earth. So much more relaxing to do it at the beginning. It's kind of haggard. Good enough. All right. Oh shit, did that have, this might be like those bird's eye chili seeds. Oops. I remember when I was in my 20s and we lived in Berkeley, and I was trying to learn how to make Thai food. I don't even remember what book it was, but I would go to the Berkeley Bowl and get all this stuff. And I remember the first time trying to make a chili paste out of those bird's eye chilies and not using gloves, and I had it all over my hands, and I broke out into hives, and I really freaked out. I was like, what's going on? All right, we need to make a space for the fish to happen. I'm just gonna use, because we're not doing any butchering or anything, I'm just gonna use this jelly roll pan, which I think is about the right size, and I'm gonna put some paper towels down so I can blot it dry. Actually, I might bring it over here. What's awesome about this spot in OKC is they also scale it for you, which is always such a mess. I hate scaling fish. This trash can's so tiny, I'll take out the fish trash before tonight and it won't stink up the house. I forgot to get the kitchen twine out. This is really slippery. Cool. I can see flames coming out of the top of the chimney. Oh, don't let me forget to put the rice on before we go outside. All right, kitchen twine. And scissors. Is that gonna be, that might be one of the tail pieces. I feel like the opening is not super huge, so I don't know how many of these we will need, but I'll get 4. Hopefully I cut them to a reasonable length. And then the recipe calls for using some canola oil on the fish skin, which is probably going to do something similar to what I'm going to do when I shellac my grill grates with Pam. But why not use both at the same time for maximum non-stickiness? I'll probably season first though. This is my clean hand, by the way. Open up. I'm just gonna season a little bit on the inside. Mostly I'm gonna do it on the outside. Yeah. I think I've caught a smallmouth bass. Theo's talking to me about fishing in the game. They cut the fins off. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's nice to not have the side fins because those kind of get in the way, but aesthetically, I guess I would have preferred the fin on. That's probably pretty good. My salt's almost empty, so I'm getting little tiny pinches. Definitely don't want to under-season fish. That is a very boring and non-tasty decision to make. That's probably about as much as I can jam in here. This part feels kind of awkward. Maybe I'll... Trying to do the longest ones at the thickest part of the fish. This one's a bit short. And also kind of useless because it's not... Aha. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't slash the sides. Well, we can always start over. Though I wish I would have slashed the sides before stuffing. I think this is about keeping the skin covering the fish when it starts to shrink. And might also contribute to even cooking in the grill, I guess. But who knows? Cooking is really magic. And all the people who have the scientific reasons why they don't get it. Just kidding. I just tell myself that when I don't know something. Alright, I do have to wash my hands again though, unfortunately. Alright, where did... Why bother with this dispenser, I guess? We have no need for the paper towels at this point. try this again. That one's like after the cavity almost. Actually, I think this one might be entirely pointless, so. Hopefully that's enough to hold it together. All right, now we will cut the extra off. And oil it up. All right. Wash my hands one more time. And we will go check on the fire. I can see that the flames have died down, so that's a good sign. We want it to be covered in ash. I think we still have enough time where I could take care of the rice before we go check on it. So, get my rice cooker out. Don't make fun of my rice cooker, man. I bought this for $20 on Amazon like 4 years ago, and it still works and makes rice better than I do when I use a pan, so. What's that? Let me see.
I fished this, which is a
Smallmouth bass. Hey, I'm still taping right now, so
sunfish.
we're both working on fish, because guess what I'm grilling?
Oh, and I got 2 herrings.
He's lost. Nice job, dude. some extremely starchy rice. All right, good enough. Should turn this light on. All right, let's check on the fire. Looks perfect. I'm gonna grab my glove. Like I said before, I'm gonna take all the coals and pile them up on one side of the grill. It's gonna be pretty darn hot on this side. All right. We'll go get the fish and the pan. We'll bring that later. Spatula. All right, I'm using my little wire tool. Once the grates get hot again, you know, after you put them on the fire, you can clean stuff off that you might have missed last time. And that's, you know, nasty stuff. It's not gonna make you sick, it just makes your food taste gross. You don't want to eat some, you know, carbon from 3 weeks ago on your food. Oops. I also would like to all right, I'm gonna do this, which is probably hella dangerous. Just like shellac the fuck out of it. There you go. And this is the stuff for grilling, which probably is still getting overheated to a point that's unhealthy, but we're not using that much of it. All right, I'm gonna lay the fish down right on the hot side. I'm gonna go wash my hands and put this dish away and then stand and babysit it. This guy, I wonder if I can seems like the thing. Maybe I could use both. This one's got some wood on it, but I don't think that's a problem. And it just turned out. All right. I don't want to jump the gun here. Seems like it's chilling. I don't see any flames or anything. You can kind of look inside of the kettle and see if there's any flare-ups from fat. I mean, a fish is not going to have a bunch of fat except for the canola oil I put on it. It's nice. It's definitely fall. Let's go look and see if I've got any tomatoes. I have these tomato plants that took forever to establish themselves, but they're still giving tomatoes now in October, or like finally. This one right here has finally started. This is early girl, finally started giving tomatoes. They take a while to ripen though. And then the cherry Sweet 100 has just like actually grown out of its cage and into the cage of the other tomato, probably hoping to snuff out its life, like all nature. And I've got some peppers growing here. This guy always has like curly leaves, which makes me think there's not enough water, but I've been watering it. This is finally ripening to red, and I've got like a poblano over here somewhere, a teeny tiny one. This is the first time we've ever tried gardening. I thought I had a poblano. Oh, here it is. And there's like an Italian heirloom pepper on here somewhere. Boy, this plant looks kind of like crap. Oh yeah, there it is. And some mega okra that I don't even pick. And a zucchini plant that never gave any fruit, but had a hell of a lot of blossoms and took over basically the entire garden. Having kids means that, you know, you can live wherever you want and have a nice view or whatever, but you're always going to have some plastic thing that's going to be in the picture. And that's okay. I definitely see some charring on the other side, so I kind of feel like flipping it if it's not attached. I feel like it maybe needs a couple more minutes before it can release. What's my strategy gonna be here? Like, I wish I could pick up, move, and then dump. That's probably the best thing I could do. All right. This might be just a terrible disaster. Okay, well, that got hung up a little bit, but still not too bad. Jeez, I feel bad for the guy now. He's all, I mean, he was dead before, but now he's delicious dead, I guess. All right, I'm gonna put this back on. Wondering if I need to scooch it a little bit. Maybe I'll leave the, sorry, I like to touch my food a lot. Wish I had a beer. Wonder if I have time. I think I do. Have no good spot to sit these things. Hey, what's up?
I got to level 3 fishing a new recipe crab pot.
You got the crab pot. Now you can fish without a fishing rod, right?
Uh-huh. I got to level 3 fishing.
Here. No, Sarah would be upset if I drank that. I'll just drink this. Good job. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. You're gonna wrap it up pretty soon, right? All right, now we're gonna move it over. I never opened my beer. We're gonna move it over to the indirect side to let it finish, unless it's already done. I will check it. I brought my little thermometer. Not bad. All right, we need 140 in the thickest part of the meat. Thickest part of the fish, I guess. And we don't have that, even though this was off the hot side. So I'm gonna close it up and close the vents a little bit to keep it. I mean, by the time this changes the temperature, it's not gonna matter, but the more you close the vents, the lower the temperature drops in the grill. And I will just start another video when I'm ready to pull it off. So, and I'll sit here and drink my beer. All right, we're gonna go check on the fish, which I think will be either cooked through or like overcooked at this point. I actually checked on it one time. I had the camera on, but the battery ran out, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I need a grill table. So this is the ugly side. I want to get the nice side for the dish. There we go. And then feels firm, but not too firm. I'm not exactly sure the best protocol for thermopinning fish. I mean, 140 is the temperature we're looking for at the thickest part. I really just have good vibes about it, so I'm gonna go with it. I think the rice is still cooking, so I'm gonna put this in the oven. I have it just set on like the keep warm setting. We'll let him chill in there and finish that salad. I didn't get my hands dry enough. Got 8 minutes on the rice. All right, so we already had carrots and Napa cabbage and red bell pepper and orange bell pepper and some sliced bird's eye chilies and cilantro. I'm saving these herbs to top the fish. But now we need to dress it. And I'm going to use olive oil and sugar and fish sauce and limes. I know olive oil is not exactly like a Thai thing, but I don't have any grapeseed oil or any like nice transparent type oil. And I like olive oil, and I'm never unhappy to taste it in something. I never think like, oh, I taste olive oil, gross. I'm a fan of it. I can't dress this with my hands because it has those chilies in it. We'll try just 1/2 of a lime and then see where that takes us. I think I need to dissolve the sugar in something, so I should have done that with the lime, actually. I just want a little sweetness. You know what would be good is some cherry tomatoes. I should throw some cherry tomatoes in it. We're also going to do peanuts. Has enough salt for sure. Not too much though. Needs more fat. I think the lime's right too. It's actually not that spicy. It's a good amount of spicy. My kid might actually eat this. He's pretty adventurous about spice. And food in general. Theo. You see him. He was playing Stardew Valley. We need... What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, cherry tomatoes. I feel like shitty supermarket cherry tomatoes are really gonna push this in the direction of takeout, which is fine. I like takeout. I think the thing that I would like more of is sweetness, but I've already dissolved that sugar. Maybe the tomatoes will do it. Yeah, actually, tomatoes do it. Who needs your sugar? Peanuts. I feel like peanuts and a spicy salad are a little respite. Your reward for hanging out. These are not great peanuts, but that's okay. Still pretty good. You're probably thinking this is a stupid amount of peanuts, but I really like peanuts. I can tell it's dinner time. The madness is upon us. All right, that looks pretty good. What do you think? Get this bowl out, but it's too big. These bowls were a Christmas gift from my sister and brother-in-law. Or maybe my niece and nephew. I'm sorry if I confused that. Either way, thank you. I like them a lot. Ooh. I like it. I like that I left in all the carrots and didn't wuss out on it. It's actually a ton of carrots. At this point, I'm just waiting for the rice, so time to gild the lily. I didn't put any mint in the slaw itself, so it's just a little on top. All right, that's the signal for dinner time, y'all. Bubba, are you hungry? You want to eat some fish, baby?
Whoa.
Fish?
That was awesome.
The only thing that disturbs me is his eyeball, like became a corn pop.
Yeah, my mom cannot stand to be
Fish eyes?
Yes, to be served fish with the head on because of the
Because
eye.
of the eyes?
It's the eye.
I didn't know they popped up like corn puffs or whatever. So we're actually supposed to remove the herbs. Which I can see they're kind of, you know, who likes gross, wet, cooked herbs? What were you saying, Theo? I'm gonna have to see. How much money did you make from fishing on day 27 of spring? How much? A lot. $610. You're a budding fisherman.
$510.
You almost lost a little.
It was $2,010.
2,000. What? 20,000? 2,100?
2010.
I see.
Smells good. What fish is that?
Red snapper.
I caught this green-tailed fish that is really weird. And I'm a really good fisherman now. But I lost a fishing rod from Lily in the mines a few weeks ago. And now I decided to fish in the sewer. And I caught those carps. and then he decided to fish in the ocean. And then I caught like 70 fish, and that's when I made $2,100. And
Wow.
then I made 967, which wasn't very successful. That was because Mom told me to turn it off. And it made him proud.
All right. I wouldn't normally take a bite before I serve it to the family, but I feel like I owe you a bite. Try the dipping sauce. And maybe one little.
Please give me a bite.
The bite's coming to you. All right. That's it.